on. You're on.
Oh, I'm on? Oh, that was fast. We're a minute early.
Oh, you're on.
I'm on. I'm on early. That's okay.
Just means people won't show up yet.
Here, I can find us now then.
Oh no, it's not showing up on the computer yet.
Well, there's that.
Yep, now you are.
I am on. Hi, everybody. Lori here from Unique in the Creek. Let's see. Let's pull you guys up. We're going to have some fun on this Valentine's night. It's not really any other different than any other night, is it? It's very commercialized. Money grab.
It's not really any other.
Okay, let me turn this down. I don't need my love of the life to buy me anything.
Please.
What? Because he didn't. Actually, look he bought me this really nice Valentine's Day shirt to wear tonight for my live because everyone needs a Dave. No, he actually didn't buy it for me. Somebody made it for me. But his shirt says, I am Dave. So when I'm lost, they can find Dave. Because I get lost all the time. What's everybody doing? Happy Valentine's. Happy Valentine's. You got sushi. We made collaborated effort. We made steak on the barbecue. So Dave went out in the snow and barbecued. Nice yummy Angus steaks. And we had mashed potatoes.
It was tough. I didn't cook it properly.
Yeah. It was a little too well for me. But that's okay. It was still good. You need that shirt. Why does Michelle need that shirt? Why do I have stuff all over it?
Like you said, everybody needs a Dave.
Because everybody needs a Dave. Actually, somebody made this. Friend at the trailer park, my neighbor, made us these. They're awesome, eh? So.
Oh, I would take. Tom bought me flowers and took her to dinner.
I got nothing. You know what's it? And I shouldn't say that because, well, we are going on a cruise in a few days, but I didn't even remember myself. It was Valentine's Day until I was scrolling.
Thank you for admitting that.
It's just something that we weren't even, whatever. You know, I got the kids, I always buy the kids something, so I got them little chocolates and strawberry dipped stuff. And anyways, all right, so, hi everybody. Look at all these people got stuff. Michelle got flowers and balloons. Michelle, I still have to email you back. It's just busy today. I had a ton of meetings today. More time to tender the steak. If you turn the steak more time, more tender the steak will be. There you go.
I know what I did wrong. I left it on too long in the beginning.
Anyways, it was still good.
I've made them nice and tender before.
Anyways, okay, so tonight we are making, I thought, how fitting. There's a gazillion wreaths I do want to make, but tonight's...
Somebody says I bought your 5-pack on Amazon. Gotta tell you something.
I hope you didn't pay $96 for it.
Well, on the Canadian site, it's even worse. On Amazon.ca, which we don't sell on Amazon.ca, somebody's got our boards on there for $165.
Can you believe that? Who would pay in their right mind $165 for wreath frames? Like, really? I don't know these people. And they buy them from us, so somehow they get them. So they're not really knocked off, but whatever. You want to do that. Okay. Lots of your boards. That's what I do. If I want a gift, I'll buy it. Anyways, Dave, are you writing down all the names?
Not yet.
Okay, so I am making a gorgeous, did you guys see this?
When you say go, then I'll start writing.
I'm using this fabric mesh, because the fabric mesh makes a beautiful rose because it's so pliable. But this fabric mesh this year, last year was really like the first year for fabric mesh. So they didn't have a ton of colors and everything. This year, people must have loved it like me. This year they have all kinds of colors, and they even have ones that have metallic in it. So this is a fabric mesh with a metallic stripe in it. So this is going to make one beautiful rose. And this beautiful rose that I am making tonight will be going to one of you lucky viewers. So I'm going to be giving it away at the end of the live. All you have to do is comment somewhere on the live, because I will be giving it away at the end of the night. So we're not going to be using a comment picker. We're actually going to be doing it like old school. Dave is writing down people's names. So throughout the live, he'll go back. You only have to comment once, and he'll put your name down, and we're going to put the names in a hat, and we're going to draw it like the old-fashioned way. And you guys have a good chance. Scott's on live too, so there's not going to be a ton of viewers. Actually, there's a whole bunch of lives going on tonight.
Tina, just PM us through our webpage. Somebody will ask you, they'll talk to you.
Okay. Yeah, if you ask questions and stuff during the lives,
it's about our order.
yeah. We're not going to get to you through through the live,
Well,
so you have to.
She hasn't gotten it through anybody on PM, but I can't.
Well, Tanya's right on that. So,
Yeah.
anyways, so I am using, like I said, fabric mesh. This really pretty stuff, and I even got the green fabric mesh for the leaves. Now, I'll probably only use this fabric mesh, this green fabric mesh for leaves, so I only need one roll. I could probably do, 10 roses. So, we'll do that at the end. Now, I'm using 10 inch. The last live I did, I used 21 inch. I'm using 10 inch, and I'm going to be using, most of the pieces are going to be 9 inches long, except for the outside. So I'm going to be cutting 8 pieces of 10 inches. And you'll see why I'm going to do that, because we're going to join these. What I'm going to do for this live, because people have the most time, they have the most struggle with the outside petals. When I do this rose tonight, I am going to start with the outside petals, so you guys can see a better view of how I am putting the actual petals in, okay? Because normally when I do the roses, I always start from the bud and work my way out. That way I'm not squishing down the mesh as I'm putting stuff in. But for tonight, I'm going to do the outside row first, and then I'll do the bud, so you guys can see how I'm doing that. Okay, so like I said, we're going to need 8 10-inch pieces for the outside, and then the rest of it is going to be 9 inches long, so 9-inch by 10-inch pieces. You can do 10 by 10. I had to open, I'm going to have to open this roll, unfortunately, for a few more pieces. Now, you don't have to do the middle 4 if you don't want to. It'll still make a really nice rosebud. If you do want to do the middle 4, you will have to open another roll of mesh. So, huh?
Do we have to give this away tonight? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. You got the whole night to write down the things.
I know, it's just getting hard because I don't want to miss anybody.
Oh, okay. Well, just do your best. So I'm just going to think. What's everybody talking about? I got all these at Craft Outlet. So they have so many colors right now of fabric mesh. And the nice thing about fabric mesh, it gives you such good color, and it's very rich, and it gives you coverage. So you don't need double pieces when using it. So it is a little more pricier than normal deco mesh, but it makes a really fabulous end result product. So when you think about it, if you spend $5 on a roll of mesh that's really thin and you have to double it, so you're looking at $10 anyways, and I think this is like $8 a roll. So it's not too bad, but the end result is absolutely stunning. You guys will see. And I got this spray at Craft Outlet of these little bees. Aren't they cute? And they look like they got like a little burlap wing on them. So I am going to cut one of these bees off and put it on the rose at the end. Alright, so let's get to this. So I've preloaded my zip ties onto my board.
Kristen.
Pardon?
Kristen.
Kristen who?
Your daughter, Kristen.
She's on the live?
Yeah, she said, are you making another rose?
She never is. She's working.
She's on your live.
Oh, weird. Okay, so to cut the 9 inches, I think I pre-cut some of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could have swore. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 2 more pieces of 10 inch. And I'm just using, now you don't see the edges of the rose, any of the rose petals, so you don't have to worry about frays. Oh, open it up, Laura. So I just need 2 more 10 inch pieces for the outside. And then the rest, I'm going to show you how I cut it really fast. Because you don't see frays, I'll just put this over here. I take my handy dandy fancy measurer, my piece of cardboard, 9 inches, and I have my electric scissors, which I love. Everybody knows I love them. So I'm going to put my board inside here, and I'm going to flip it, and I'll make sure it's nice and tight so we get 9 inch pieces. And you can flip it quite a few times. This is how you can cut a roll of mesh really fast.
What does your shirt say? Her shirt
My
says...
shirt says, everyone needs a Dave. Alright. So I'm going to cut this off the roll. Alright, it's garbage. Now I'm going to go take my electric scissors and go up the side. There's one. And then go up the other side. There we go. Got a whole bunch of pieces there now.
Is fabric mesh waterproof?
Yes. And it holds color really nice. What does it say on there? And believe it or not, it's made in Taiwan. Go figure, right? Taiwan's usually the crappy stuff. It says, this decor mesh is waterproof and ideal for fresh or silk flowers, gift baskets, packing, wrapping, and much more. It is polyester, polypropylene, and metallic. So, there you go. I will be spraying it, though, with this Sun Guard UV protectant, so it doesn't fade. Alrighty, so we don't want our winter to have a withered out rose. Anyways, my mesh is cut, so that's how I cut my mesh really fast. I wouldn't do that per se for the sunflower because, you know, it will fray, but because we don't care about frays with the rose, I just wanted to cut it faster. Alright, so these are my 9 inch pieces. I'll probably have to cut more, we'll see. Okay, so like I said, I am going to start with the outside row, which is row number 1. So it says on the board. I put a string in here for my hanging holes, and on the board there's 2 chamfered holes. Are you down to the board?
No, I'm trying to do everything.
Oh,
here.
whatever. Okay, bringing you down. I'll see you guys in a minute. So on the board, you'll see there's 2 chamfered holes here, which means like they're little divoted. Those holes are for your hanging string, and you can either put twine or cord, or most times I've been using a zip tie. But for this one, I just put a string or a piece of parachute cord here. And then you can preload your frame. So you put the zip tie through one hole, bring it up and through the other hole, and just zip it till you hear the zipping sound. Okay, so we preload all these. And when you're working with the boards, you can use Chanel stems, pipe cleaners. I like to use zip ties. I use a really high quality zip tie, so these will last, will not break down in the sun and stuff like that. So they'll last like 10 years. They'll last probably longer than the wreath will. And they are 18-pound strength. Okay, so you don't want the big heavy duty ones. And it varies in size, but I usually like to say between 6 and 9 inches in length. Okay, so no lower than 6, because then you're really struggling to get your tails through the zip tie and everything, and it's just a pain in the butt. So if you get the length between 6 and 9 inches, and 18 pounds, so it has a little bitty head, not the big huge ones like the industrial ones, and they're perfect. Plus they're a lot cheaper than the industrial heavy duty ones, okay? We do sell them on our website, and they're sold on Amazon. I think Craft Outlet might be getting some, so I know Amazon sells out a lot of them, but I did let Craft Outlet know where I buy mine, so hopefully they can get some in stock as well, because I know a lot of people, they're kind of hard. You think, you know, cable ties is just a normal thing, but they're kind of hard to find the proper ones. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our 10-inch pieces. We're going to start on the outside. Like again, I said, I usually start from the middle and work out. But for tonight, for teaching purposes, although I've done the rows many times, so you'll see many tutorials of me doing this. So you're going to take your 10-inch piece, okay, and it's 10 by 10. You're going to turn it into a diamond shape. Grab a zip tie, actually grab a couple zip ties, okay, and you're going to take the corner, the top corner of your diamond, and you're going to bring it down to meet the other corner, okay, so you've got this type of shape in front of you, okay. Now I kind of just swing this around, and then you're going to go up and leave about 1 inch of a tail, okay, on the bottom of that. So you're taking your mesh, bringing it straight down to meet the corner, and then you're going to scrunch about 1 inch up from the bottom, and you have a tail. Now you're going to put a zip tie around the tail, okay. Now you're going to put it tight, but not too tight, because we're going to have to put a zip tie in behind this. Now this row number 1, this is the only row that you have to do this for. The rest of the rows is much easier. On the old boards, we had to zip tie every piece until I actually turned the holes. I had a moment, turned the holes, and now you don't have to zip tie every piece. Thank goodness. But for the outside holes, to do the outside of the rows, we still zip tie the bottom, okay? Now, what you're going to do now is you're going to, the outside hole, and it is marked number 1, circumference 1 is right there. We are going to put the zip tie, okay, you're going to put it through the back of the board, coming through the hole, okay? And I just rest it so it's like an L-shaped. And with this, what you're going to do, okay, careful attention here, is I like to kind of scissor it, and I push the tail part with my thumb, and it exposes more of the zip tie for me, because I want to take this zip tie I just put into the board, and I want to put it on the back of the pedal here. So I'm sliding it through, so I'm feeding it through, okay, and once it's fed through, I'm going to take this zip tie now and tighten it really good. And snip off the tail here, okay? I have a little bucket for my tails. Let's put that over here. All right, and now we're going to close this zip tie. Not tight though yet, okay? We're just going to lock it. So it's just kind of hanging off the frame like this, okay? And I'll do another one here again. So again, I'm going to do the next one. I'm going to put my zip tie through the back. Okay, so it's sitting like an L. Take another 10-inch piece. I'm going to put it in a diamond. Now I like to have the curl coming upwards when I'm folding it. So you're bringing it right down. Kind of flip it to the side. Scrunch it so there's about 1 inch. And then we're going to put a zip tie around it as well. Now you're going to do it tight because you don't need too much room to place that other zip tie in. Again, I like to kind of scissor it. So I'm just pushing the tail in and pushing the zip tie out. It just helps to get the zip tie in there. And once it's in there, pull it nice and tight and then snip off the tail. And then again, you're going to zip tie it. So you hear that zip tie sound. Hear that? If you don't hear that sound, your zip tie 9 times out of 10 is backwards. So you're trying to go in the other way. So you always want to go through the flat part of the zip tie. So the tail goes through the flat and you'll hear the zipping. If you try and go the other way, it's almost impossible.
What you lost on Angela? Angela's lost already.
Well, I've only done 2 petals, so she'll catch up. Okay. I'm going to do all 8. So if you don't get it by the end of the 8, you can re-watch this video. That's the great things about Facebook Lives. And then I'll put it up on YouTube as well. Okay, bringing it down, swinging it around.
Try to keep it in the frame here for everybody. Okay, go ahead.
And zip. Okay, I'm going to pre-do these so I can get them all up on the board. Now, like I said, I usually do this at the end because you'll see once I put these all on, and they'll be all nice and poofed. I'm going to have to start in the center, and then my arm will end up squishing everything. But that's okay, I'll fix that. I can fix it up. But it's much easier for me to show you the outside this way than rather trying to show you with a whole bunch of mesh already on the board.
You just explained that, and she said thought you started the rose from the center.
I always do start the rose from the center. I did say that at the beginning, but for teaching purposes right now, I am showing because most everybody struggles with the outside piece, and the easiest way for me to show you guys is to start with the outside so you can see. And then you'll see it really is not too difficult. And this mesh is so nice to work with. There's no like scratches. I usually get all kinds of scratches from the normal deco mesh. This deco mesh I really love.
I love Barbara always answers questions. We're gonna have to put her on a payroll.
Why did you buy sweet onion dressing?
Really?
Right in the middle of the live, you have to ask
Really?
me that. Can you be gone with yourself? I have 200 and something people.
I just want to know.
I thought I grabbed poppy seed. I am so sorry.
No, you got sweet onion.
Well,
You grabbed sweet onion.
don't eat the salad then.
Well, I'm not have to. I have nothing for lunch tomorrow.
There's a poppy seed in there.
Well,
I know. Why are we having
Why
this
are you having to
conversation?
say really?
Go away. Sorry, that's my 13-year-old, making her lunch, and I bought the wrong salad dressing.
there's no coffee section. I don't-
Okay, just be gone with yourself. Literally in the middle of a live. Obviously, you can see that.
Wow.
Oh,
Let me double check.
isn't it pizza day tomorrow?
No. What's it is stop?
Okay. Okay, so I got my zip tie in. I'm pushing this forward,
See,
putting my zip tie in the back.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I have fans.
You have fan.
Don't.
Do you see how this lolly talks to me?
But I know where I get it
I
from.
thought you used 21 inch. Yeah, you do use some.
Oh yeah, I do use 21 inch for the rose. You can use 10 inch. I'm sure I have done 10 inch many times. This is actually 10 inch fabric mesh, which is it's amazing to work with. And wait till you guys see the end result with using fabric mesh. And this fabric mesh has metallic in it, so it's even better. It's shiny, plus it's pliable. It gives amazing coverage. It's great color saturation. I just love it all together. The only thing I don't really love it for is, well, just making a normal wreath where you don't actually see how pretty it is. I would hate to use it and cover it all up with ribbons. So I love using it for flowers. The only flower it would be hard to work with is the sunflower because it does fray a lot. But I did do the zinnia tutorial with fabric mesh, and I used the hot pink. So a lot of flowers can be made with the fabric mesh, and they just turn out so much more lovelier. It's just really pretty.
I read a question back further. Did you get it from? Yeah, you got that from Craft Outlet,
Yeah,
right?
Craft Outlet and Trendy Tree both sell it. So you can get your boards and all your mesh and everything else that you need, all in one transaction with some free shipping. You get like $69 free shipping starts. So, but yes, my favorite, if I'm using normal deco mesh, my favorite is 21 inch to make the rose, only because you get the color saturation that I like and the coverage. But this stuff is pretty amazing. So you'll see. You get the nice coverage. All right, so this is our last one. And this is the only row you have to do this for, is the last row. And you'll see why in a second, why we do this. And it's 10 by 10. The rest of the rows is 9 by 10. Okay, so we have, if you pick it up, you have 8 pieces hanging down. Oh, it's a nice little mobile. So our pieces are hanging down. Now what we're going to do, oh, I've got to cut my tail off here. Okay, so you just pick a spot, doesn't matter where you start. And what you're going to do is, we're going to go around in each of the corners of these petals are going to go in their neighboring zip tie. Okay, kind of hard to explain that. Now you may have to, I should plug this in. Can you actually plug my glue gun in here? Oh, are you still running or writing? Hold on a sec. I want to plug my glue gun in because I find some of the petals sometimes do not behave the way they're supposed to. So you have to hit it with some hot glue to make it behave.
Christina Herring wants a Dave shirt.
A Dave shirt. Everybody needs a Dave shirt. Okay, so I got my glue gun heating up just in case I need it. Okay, you can have clothespins handy because once you tuck, so we're going to take this corner and we're just going to tuck it in a little bit on its neighbor. And if you want, you can use a clothespin just to hold it there. Okay, and this is why I'm doing it this way, because when I have all kinds of mesh on it already, it's really, really hard to see what I'm doing. Okay, now this one is just going to get tucked in over here to the neighbor. So it's kind of stretched.
No, that's
Sorry.
No, that's attached to the board.
Yeah, it's all attached to the board. See if I can put it underneath there. Can you see better like that? Okay. All right. Now this one, it's going to have to go in here as well. Okay. And then if you can just clothespin it. Now the two neighboring ones are in there, so I can close this zip tie up tight.
Too quiet. I'm too quiet now. Usually I'm talking too much.
He's writing your names down as a comment. Now your name's only going in once, so you don't have to comment a million times. Okay, so this one has this corner and this corner. Okay, now we're going to spin it around. This is going to go in here. Now you don't have to do it this way. What you can do, if this is too complicated or if it's just too time consuming for you, you can just put a glob of hot glue on the board and then, not with your finger, but get your scissors or whatever and just press it down. Patsy Hazelwood, when I first started doing this rose, she came up with just sticking the corners in instead of gluing it. That way you don't have to have, especially if you're teaching workshops, you don't have to have hot glue for people, which was a brilliant idea. So I've been doing it like this since, but I still always have my hot glue going because there is always one petal that just doesn't want to play nice. So again, I'm putting this one in here, this one in here, and zipping this up.
Margaret Oliphant wants a Unique in the Creek shirt.
Okay. I bought a whole bunch for prizes, but I think we were talking about selling them, right?
Yes, Trudy, Craft Outlet does sell our carrier boards.
Yes, Craft Outlet does, and Trendy Tree, and Amazon, and everybody is fully stocked. So do not be going to pay $95, okay? Or in Canada,
I
$165.
couldn't believe that one.
Yeah. So again, my corner.
Does it matter for the end result if the ends go over or under?
Not really. I just find one ends up going over and one ends up going under anyways. So whatever works for you. As you can see, I have no rhyme or reason. I'm just kind of sticking them in. I like just to hold the clothespin there, just in case while I'm going to tighten it, it wants to slide out. It can't because the clothespin's holding it. There we go. And then once everybody's tucked in, now this will get all squished because when I start doing the rows anyways, it's going to get squished. But I'll poof it all out afterwards. Okay, so this tail, I hope you guys can see this, that this neighboring tail is going in here, and it's just a little piece that you need. And then this one is going in as well. Now you don't want too much because if it stretches too much, you're not going to have enough of a petal here to poof it out. You'll see what I mean when I'm done this. See, it's hard. Use your clothespins. Clothespins are our friends. I need a t-shirt with that. Clothespins are our friends. Okay, so this sticking. Okay, this is going in here. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of the corner is going in here. Now, if you do 9-inch pieces, and you forget, which I do all the time, I forget to cut my 10-inch pieces. If you do 9-inch pieces, it's really stretching it to try and get it in between each of the zip ties. So you may have to use the glue method, okay? Which you won't be able to tell it when it's finished if you use the glue method or if you just zip tied them right in. Who knows, by the time I'm finished this, by the time I'm smushing it all down with my arms and everything, it probably all slip out anyways, and I'll have to use glue anyways.
Michelle, I thought you used the flower board for the, or did I miss something?
For what?
She says I used the character board and cut a triangle out of it. I thought she used the flower board.
She used the flower board for the angel wings?
Yeah, Mrs. Monkey.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's talking about she used the flower board.
Yeah.
She's confused. That's okay.
How many rolls? This is just one roll.
This is one. I'll probably end up using one in a couple pieces. Because I will, if I didn't do the 4 center ones here, because usually when I'm doing 21-inch mesh, I don't use the 4 ones because 21-inch mesh is, when you fold it over, it's quite thick. So you don't really need to use these ones. But because I'm using 10-inch mesh, I'm choosing to do these 4. And plus I want it to be a really nice rose because I'm giving it away. Did I mention I'm giving it away? I'm actually signing it because you guys know I don't sell my wreaths really. So I will be signing that and giving this one away tonight. So make sure, even if you're one of those lurkers, because we know there's a lot of you on there, at least say hi or something so Dave can get your name because we're doing it old-fashioned. If I did with comment picker, I wouldn't be able to give it away live. So I said to Dave, get your writing skills down because I want to do this. I want to give it away live.
See, yeah, I'm confused. Michelle, why you been up for 3 days?
Why is she up?
I don't know. Oh, that was not her patient.
And she's making wreaths. Did you see the one she painted today? She's like jack of all trades. All right, I think we're on our last one. So when you've gone around your board, you should have one left that's open here and 2 edges. So we're going to tuck this guy in. sorry, my zip tie is stuck there. Okay, so let's tuck this in, and I'm going to use my clothespin to hold it.
Yes, Alice, I got your name down.
Yeah, he's actually kind of smart. He's cute and smart. I lucked out. Because everybody needs a Dave. Right, Lovey?
Yeah.
Alright. The last one will give you a little bit of trouble because everything's pretty tight. But, there we go. Alrighty. So we are done. Everything is secured. Now, if it comes unsecured, don't fret. You're just going to have to get the glue gun out. So this is how your outside of your rose is formed, okay? So the tails are going in towards the center of the board. So the outer row is different from the rest of the rose, okay? The rest of the rose, all the tails go towards the outside of the rose. And then the very last row, the tails are going towards the inside because we want to make that rose shape. Now I'm not going to bother opening these up right now, but you would at the end of your rows, because normally this would be my end. I would open all these up, fluff them up, but I know I'm going to end up squishing them with my arms, so I'm not going to bother doing that. So I'm going to flip this over, and you're going to make sure everything's tight. There's I like to use my needle nose pliers and just tighten everything, and then we're going to snip off the tail. So your back is still going to be nice and neat. There's no need to cover it or anything else. This mesh is so nice. Has anybody actually worked with fabric mesh yet? I'm just like a huge fan. And I'm trying to like poly burlap. I can only like it for the sunflower, that's it. I've tried, can't do it for anything else. I just don't like it. But this I like. Now this I wouldn't use for the sunflower, so. Okay, so I'm just gonna snip a few of these tails off. Just to clean it up a bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. Because now I'm going to start in the center, and that's where I usually start when I start my roses. But hopefully you guys, even if you didn't get it this time, you can go back and rewind it. I think I did it slow enough and explained it enough that you guys could, you can get a much better idea of how to do it now. Okay, alrighty, so our outside, the hard part's done. Now we're going to start on the inside. To do the rest of the petals, we're going to be using 9-inch pieces. Now, I only use 9-inch. You can use 10-inch. I use 9-inch because you can't tell the difference, and you don't use as much mesh with 9 inches. So, and if you're doing 21-inch rows, then you only have to use one roll, because you only need 40 pieces. Tonight I need 44 pieces, so I'll have to probably open this roll up. We'll see. Okay, so this is 9 by 10, which you probably can't even tell from my 10 by 10 piece that I did. So we're going to do it the same way as before, but this time we don't need to zip tie the bottom of the petal, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it. I'm going to again take the top corner and bring it down. I'm still going to bring it to the side and scrunch it till about, it's about an inch and a little bit, okay? You can judge, even if you just guesstimate about the same length, you won't be able to tell once you put it on your wreath frame. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to take this tail, okay, and I'm going to stick it in one of these zip ties. And I'm going to stick it in so that the tail is going towards the outside of the wreath frame. And this is why I preload on my zip ties, because once you start going, it goes really fast. So get all your mesh cut, preload your zip ties onto your board, and then watch how fast you can get this rose done, okay? So you're going to stick the end in and then zip it up.
Does it fray like deco mesh?
This stuff frays, yes. It probably frays a little worse than deco mesh, but we're not worrying about frays for this because you won't see any of the edges. So that's what I really like about it. Okay, so there's our first piece. Might as well just leave this right here. Okay, again, bring it down, swing it to the side, scrunch about an inch and a little bit, and we're going to stick into the zip tie. So we're working on row circumference number 5. So I'm taking that tail, I'm sliding it, see if I can do it backwards, I'm sliding it through the
That's
zip
as
tie.
close I can get it, guys. Without, and then end up through.
Okay, through the, is there any way, oh, I was going to say we can't put it on here, right? It's too late for a top
But
view.
the thing is, I've got the whole board in there. If I go closer, then you got to kind of stay exactly still, or else it
Yeah.
goes out of the frame.
I'm going to be doing this through the whole wreath, so you guys will catch on, I promise. So the petal is exactly the same, scrunching it, making this umbrella shape. I am on row 5, so there's only 4 zip ties, taking my tail of that, going through the zip tie, and zipping it tight. Okay, cutting the tail of the zip tie off. So I have 3 pieces on here.
Is this your hardest flower to do?
No, this flower is not hard to do at all. Once you've done one, you'll become a pro, honestly. You'll find what works for you, what you struggle with, and by the time you get to row 3, you're pretty much a pro. Because like I said, it's just literally putting these ends into the zip ties and zipping them up. So
Yeah.
we got 3 right now.
Yes, Charlotta, you can do a small board with 1 roll.
Yes, small board, yes, you can. So I'm taking my petal, putting my tail through, and zipping it. Okay, so that's the first row done. So now we're going to start forming the bud. Okay, pardon me. Okay, so I'm just going to, I'll pin these back so you guys can see. Look how nice fabric mesh is. Like, it's just so nice. So I'm going to take just one piece, it doesn't matter what piece, and I'm going to start, this is going to be the bud. This is going to be the start of my rose. So I'm going to take a corner of it and I'm going to turn it in. Then I'm going to take this corner and kind of wrap it around. Okay. Now I'm going to take another piece right beside it. I'm going to take it and I'm going to wrap it around and then the other side around. So it's hugging the inside. Then I'm going to take this piece and do the same thing. Going around and around. And then this is the last piece. Going around and around. Okay? So there we got the start of our bud. Okay, now I'm just going to, now you can either, if you have your hot glue gun all ready to go, you can put a little bit of hot glue right there and put this around and bring this one around as well. Okay, and then just put a clothespin and hold it like that. Okay? Now you don't have to cut these tails off because they're just gonna fill up the board and they'll be hidden anyways. So what we're gonna do on the next section, we're gonna do the exact same thing. The petal is gonna be made exactly the same. What's the matter?
No.
What'd you do? Okay, so again, now we're going to start filling up soon, so you won't be able to see really what I'm doing. That's why I did that outside, but we're again taking our tail, bringing it towards the outside, zipping it up. Now you're going to want to cut the tails of the zip ties off as you're going, because they will get lost in there. And as you start putting these ones in now, you can start wrapping them around. You can take this off, it'll be dry now. You can start wrapping it around. Okay, so now I'm going to go on this one.
Oh yes, you can use the 21-inch mesh on large.
Yeah, 21 inches. It's my favorite because I like how it covers, but you can't beat this fabric mesh. Like this fabric mesh, you guys wait till you see the end result of this. I've already made one last year with fabric mesh, and it didn't have metallic in it because last year they only had plain fabric mesh. And the nice thing about the fabric mesh too is and if you've made a rose already, you'll know what I mean. Once you wrap it around, it kind of sticks to itself. So, you know, normal deco mesh, well, it popped open now, but normal deco mesh, you know, it's all over the place. And it's not very user-friendly. This is very user-friendly. As I'm struggling with it here, but usually it is, okay? And you're just going to keep wrapping. And this is the rest of the rose, is just making these petals, sticking it in the zip tie, and wrapping it around. Hugging. Very appropriate flower for Valentine's Day, a red rose, and all the petals hug each other. Just gotta watch these zip ties don't get stuck in there. So once we do this row, we're going to put an elastic just around three quarters of the way down, just to keep that bud formation so it stays like that. You will not see the elastic, but it just helps keep the formation all the time, I guess. Once this starts filling up, they pretty much start pressing on themselves, which sounds really weird, but it does. It just kind of keeps building up and building up itself. Now at the end, I usually take the in there one and kind of put a little bit of hot glue and spin it. So for the bud, but I'll show you that at the end. Okay, so we're still working on row 4. And row 4 is still the bud. Sorry guys, I know you guys are doing a ton of questions. I'm not really looking at the questions, so I apologize. If there's anything really pressing that you need to know, or if nobody's answered.
Do you always keep the elastic on, or do you take it off?
No, I always keep it on. You can't see it.
Can fabric mesh both sides?
Yes, it can.
Where do you get the farm? From uniqueandthecreek.com, Trendy Tree,
and Craft
Outlet, or Amazon.com.
Did you pin it? You should probably
Pin our site, you mean?
Yeah, or pin. Well, the fabric mesh. If you're looking at
12-inch. Which side cut for the rose?
Oh, I don't know. I have not used 12-inch. I apologize. I refuse to buy Michael's 12-inch mesh because it's stupid. Actually, you know, in Canada, a roll of mesh at Michael's is $18.99 a roll. I refuse to pay that.
Did you put that all on one side?
What?
I don't know. Gonna have to ask that question again. I'm not sure.
What do you mean one side?
Well, Anita, there's 10 yards on the
Yeah, there's 10 yards on a roll. So all mesh is the same. They're always usually.
Sharon asked, did you put that all on one side? I'm not sure what on one side.
So I'm still on row 4. I have 2 more pieces on row 4, and then I'm going to put my elastic on, and that is the bud. And then we'll continue on making the rest of the rows. You can see how I'm what I was talking about, how I'm going to flatten the edges because I keep pressing down. And that is why I do this row last, because I do squish them down. But they can fluff up. Like I said, once you do one of these, and I think anybody that's done one could really attest to it, once you've done one, you pretty much, once you've finished the whole rows, you probably wouldn't have to watch the video again on how to make it. As long as you remember, the only petals that go towards the inside are the outside row here. All right, so what I've done, this is row 5 and this is row 4. This is the formation of your bud, okay? So those are all the ones that I've put in. Now at the end, if you have like corners that are coming up, it's no big deal because we will hit them with some hot glue. Okay, now I just take an elastic, and this is just to keep the bud closed. Now I probably wouldn't have to use an elastic with fabric mesh because this is staying closed by itself. Normal mesh is everywhere. You know, you have to kind of tame it. So that's where I came up with the elastic, or you can use a piece of baker's twine or any kind of twine just to hold it closed. Now, if I was normally doing this by myself, I wouldn't put an elastic on because it's staying by itself with the fabric mesh, but I'm going to show you if you were using normal decal mesh, and I do this with the 21 inch. So what this is doing is just kind of closing it all in. But what I'm doing is I'm tucking in, I'm going around, spin it around, and just making sure the edges or the corners of each petal, now this one's all cattywampus, we're going to straighten it out.
Oh, what?
Cattywampus.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. Just go around and make sure all your ends are tucked in because we want a nice tight bud. Like I said, I probably wouldn't do this step if I wasn't teaching right now.
Oh, Margaret just gave up and said Ollie fun.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's our center. Okay, now once we start building up, this is all going to get pushed in, and you'll see it start forming really fast. Now the rest is actually just sticking them in like I just did and keep forming, wrapping it around. Fabric mesh does fray quite a bit. And I have tried it with the wood burner and the, well, not the wood burner, the bag sealer. And it is possible. It does melt the plastic part of it. So it does singe that, but the fabric part, I ended up having to use the rotary cutter along the line. Shut up. Why do you make fun of me?
I'm making funny. Fun.
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 Do you get everybody's names?
Yes.
What if people just jumped on and you just left? Yes, we are drying, Denise, for this rose right now. So I will be signing it and putting all the nice touches on it. We got a cute little bee we're going to put on it. And yep, and this one is going to be shipped out. So shipping, I will be paying for the shipping as well. So share. I would love for you guys to share. People got to know that there's a really easier way to do a rose other than a splatter free splatter thing, a Dollar Tree splatter. People, if you sell a rose on a splatter form, I'm going to be so mad. Yeah. Like, come on, you don't sell those. Okay, making them for yourself is something, is fine. Don't sell it. I don't care what anybody says, it's going to rust. And you're the metal will get warm and hot and melt your mesh, and you're gonna have upset customers. Just don't do it. That's how Damon says, just don't do it. As you can see, by the time you finish farting around with a splatter frame or whatever people are telling you to use, you could have had 2 roses done with our frame. And at the same cost, because you have to buy plastic mesh, you have to buy,
I had to go buy a rotary blade last night. That mesh made my door. That's Jan's making fun of you.
oh, Jan. Jump on the Dave bandwagon.
What is a splattered frame? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Just craziness how people want to save a couple dollars. Don't think of at the end or the customer that they're selling this to, that this rusty frame that they're gonna have.
Jan's gonna go get a splatter frame. You go for it.
You
Jan.
go, Jan. Let me know how that works out.
Just say no to splatter screens.
I like watching the video and it's like just shaking my head. It's like, whatever. By the time you go and buy all the stuff that you need to make with said splatter frame, and it doesn't even look like a rose. It looks like a arse.
It's just a really pretty protection against bacon grease going all over the place.
I hate to tell you, it does look pretty. I don't care what anybody says, but there's my, and it's not that I want you guys to use the frame. It's just like, if somebody sold me a rose and I paid $60 for it and found out it was made on a dollar store splatter frame, and the piece of felt fell off the back because it was all moldy, and I seen a rusted piece of metal, I would be pretty peeved. I'm sorry, I would.
Tell us how you really feel.
I just did. But then again, I always tell, you know, I have a big mouth.
Got a request, please. Will you please do a rose with lights on it?
Lights?
Yeah, somebody did one. Who was it?
Yeah,
that
there's
did?
a couple people that did lights on them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we done that row. So we're just going to keep wrapping it around. We're on our last row. Okay? You watch how this all comes together.
All these people, I just walk past the screens and start laughing.
I know, right?
Oh, such is life.
I know.
Like Larry said, you want to try it for yourself, go for it.
Just
But
don't sell
don't
it.
sell it. It makes yourself look bad as well as pissing off the customer.
Well, yeah, because you know what? That piece of felt that you're covering up the back with will fall off. Why is this? I have to see this.
Well, there's an interesting question. Can you put a scent spray on the mesh? I don't see why
I
not.
don't see why not. It's fabric too.
Yes, Carolyn.
Throw some Febreze on it.
Carolyn, the frames are on Amazon, but you have to buy them in packs of 5. If you just want a single, you can go to Craft Outlet or Trendy Tree.
Yeah, especially if you're going to buy some mesh anyways. You might as well get it all in one. So once we get building this, hopefully you won't see the frame. Hopefully. You can see I haven't puffed up these because I've squished them with my arm. But see how these are nicely becoming a little puffier? These would too if you did it at the end. So I'm going to have to go around and puff them up.
Yes, Danielle, when you use the 21-inch mesh, it does make it fluffier and thicker.
Yes, you will get a much bigger rose. And yes, it is fluffier and thicker. But this stuff is really nice too. I like working with this. And it is make a really pretty rose. Okay, every time I go live, my nose starts to run.
Would you like me to hold it while you go catch it?
You're not funny. So the last row here, what we're doing is 16 of them all the way around. Now I'm tucking these tails underneath this last row since I
How much is the fabric mesh? I missed what you
it's
said.
on Craft Outlet. I think it's $8 or something. Trendy Tree has it too. I think I bought mint and peach from Trendy Tree. These are gonna have to be tucked under. Like I said, I did it backwards tonight, so. But can you guys see this color? Like, look at the rich color this is. Like, it is so pretty. I cannot wait to see this in the sun because it'll also glisten and it'll be sparkly. And I'll have to get my Oprah voice.
Oh, every time you do the Oprah voice, you get cut off.
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
I love looking at my wreaths first thing in the morning when I have the morning sun. That's my favorite. And I get all excited and giddy, and Dave says I do my Oprah voice.
I don't like Oprah voice.
Oprah voice. So I got a message. I can tell them. I can't post it, right? About the mompreneur thing.
Yeah, they just don't want to.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I got this email today. Now, everybody knows we're leaving on a cruise next week, and I'm missing the whole mompreneur convention. So I was nominated for Mompreneur of Canada, and I got to the part where I'm one of the ones to watch for 2019 or 20, which is awesome. So, but I'm supposed to go to the convention, and you know, I got a free ticket and all that stuff. Anyways, I can't go to the convention because we're going on the cruise. So I get an email today from the mompreneurs, and I'm an avid Ellen freak. I love Ellen. One day I want to go to the 12 Days of Christmas. I'm sure everybody else does too, but I love Ellen. And one day I will make it to LA to go and watch her show. But I get an email today that Ellen is going to be in Toronto doing a show, and on the Sunday of the convention, and she invited all the was it the nominees for the mompreneur.
Oh, if you're supposed to tell anybody that.
I don't know either. It said I couldn't post it. I don't think it didn't say I couldn't talk about it.
Okay. Are they going to throw you in jail?
Yeah, really. Anyways, to go to Ellen's show in Toronto and to be in the first 2 rows of the show. And I'm not going to be able to go. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, if I didn't have bad luck, I would have, like, no luck at all. Seriously. So now it's like, oh, man, do I go to the convention or do I go on the cruise?
But don't be
Decisions.
But don't be telling anybody because.
Yeah, don't tell anybody, though. Oh, see, I'm going to need how many pieces here? So I just ran out of my 1 roll. I'm sweating. Why am I sweating?
I told her she could stay home. I'll dye my hair blonde, Michelle.
I know. And then here's me. I go and post it on my personal Facebook page because I was like all excited and upset at the same time. And then a few, you know, it's been up for about an hour. And Dave yells to me, honey, it says right on there, do not post this or on public social media. And it's like, oh shit, I didn't read that part. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, I need 7. That's weird. Oh, I cut the 10 inches, that's right. So you'll need a roll and a quarter. I need 7 more pieces. But anyways, now I'm not going to see Ellen.
I told her she could stay home. I'll go on the cruise and she can stay home.
Well, you're gonna go on the cruise with the kids by yourself.
I'm not going with the kids will go with me, but that'll be the first and last time I see them. I'll see them when they get off the ship again.
Oh.
Invite Ellen on the cruise with you. Hey, there you go.
I know, right? Leave it. Just figures.
That just kills you. You want to tell the whole world, don't you?
Yes. And you know me, I would have ended up on stage or something with her. Somehow. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 7 pieces.
He'll have the Wi-Fi pack all to himself. Michelle, I don't even want the Wi-Fi.
I already got it. Sorry.
I didn't even
I
want
purchased it already. It's our first year of business. We cannot go away and not know what's going on. It'll drive me nuts.
I'm taking my book. I'm going to sit on the balcony and just...
I'm going to do that too. I'm not going to answer emails. I'm leaving all of it to Jay and Tanya. But if there is...
I'm not canceling that cruise.
If there is a problem, at least they can get a hold of us.
Hold of you.
Well, you're with me.
Yeah, but I'm cruising. I'll be in the buffet.
The buffet.
We're down at Sorrento's Pizza.
I wish I could say I'm really looking forward to the cruise, but I'm kind of not.
No, Michelle.
Not yet.
No crocheting. I will not.
If I can't wreath, he cannot crochet on the cruise.
What did you get Lori for Valentine's Day? Oh,
His love. His undying love. And no, he didn't get me a ring. Yep. Nope. No ring. Because that's everybody's next question.
Disney cruises are awesome. You'll have a great time. Oh yeah, we're not going on
We're not going on a Disney cruise. He will go on a cruise where there's a bunch of kids. Because he's an old man. An old, grumpy old man. Oh my God, Lolly.
Not just that. It's Disney Cruise never has the really good deals.
Yeah, and Disney Cruise is expensive. And I'm cheap, so.
Yeah, we're both cheap.
I will go on one day. I'll probably,
Lori,
whenever I have grandkids.
which way are you putting them in?
Oh, these ones are still going towards the outside, the tails. The only ones that go towards the inside is the very last row, which we did first. Which you normally don't do first.
Where are we going? We are going to
We're just floating around the Bahamas or
Port
something.
Canaveral, Nassau, Coco Cay, and then back to New Jersey. We're going out of New Jersey.
Yeah, we're just doing it. It's an 8-night one. Usually we go farther south, but this one was a really, really good deal. And we had to bring the kids, so, well, Mitchell's not going. He's got school. But Kristen and Lolly are going with us.
It's funny, Margaret, because she was going to, if she would have got into the finals as a mompreneur, she was going to fly back. But the one stop that she was going to fly back from was Coco Cay, which is Royal Caribbean's own island. They don't have no airport.
Yeah, I would have had to try and get to Nassau and fly from Nassau. But I was kind of okay that I didn't get past the nomination thing because I thought, okay, well, then I don't have to go to the convention. And then I get that email today. It's just like putting salt on a wound, right? Really?
I don't care.
So I have to tuck these little tails from this in underneath.
I'm not a celebrity admiring type of person. I could care
You
less.
would love to go to Ellen. Don't
No.
kid. Yes, you would.
No.
Are you kidding me? You were excited to go. Where did we go in
We
New
went to
York?
Dr. Oz.
Dr. Oz. That was cool, though. I hope
It was
this is gonna...
interesting to see how it all gets done.
Yeah. Okay, 2 more pieces. And then we'll have to try and fix these edges that I've squished down with my big fat arms. And hopefully they'll puff out right.
With your arms or the...
No, these outside petals that I've squished. Poor things.
Is there any way you lay the petals? The first time I made one, I put the petal on backwards. What a flop. Gotta take it apart.
I'm wondering if you're talking about the tails. As long as the whole rows, the tails go towards the outside, okay? So they're going this way. This row, they're going that way because we want to contain and make the outside shape. Now this isn't looking the greatest right this second because I've flattened all the outside pieces with my arms. Hence why I do the outside last. But again, like I said, it's much easier for me to show you guys the outside rather than I would have to do it right now with all this mesh in there. Then you really wouldn't be able to see it.
I love Jeannie.
Where's she?
No Disney cruise. Kids, kids, kids. I want to drink, dance, and bask in the shade.
Yeah. Dave too. Okay, so we are done. Now I'm going to have to try and puff these outside ones up because I've squished the crap out of them. Okay, so we're gonna make sure go around and tuck in all the corners. Now, if there's a corner that's not behaving, and now you can do this for every single petal if you'd like. You can put just a little dab of hot glue and put the hat petal corner on the hot glue, just like that, and it'll stay in position where it's supposed to. This is behaving pretty good. Look, there's one right here that I noticed it popped out a couple times, so I am going to put a little bit of hot glue right there so it'll stay. And over here now is the fun part, is trying to open these so everything covers. So like I said, normally you would be doing these last and you won't have to, they'll stay open, but I've kind of squished them, making the rose. There we go, they're opening. It's a little trickier like this, but that's okay, it'll work. But you can see, look how pretty, and this is pretty big still. It's only 1 1/4 rolls. So if you got 3 rolls of mesh, you could do 2 big roses and maybe a small one, or the center of one of these new ones that have been going around that have like half sunflower, half rose. They're pretty nice. I haven't made one yet, but
I just realized I got 2 slices of pizza still left.
did you get everybody's names?
I have been getting everybody's names.
Okay, do you have Avis Barrios?
I do.
Okay, I'm just going to quiz you as we go here because we're almost ready to give this sucker away.
But I'm going to tell you, this is the last time I'm doing this on a one-nighter. Because this is not easy.
I know, I didn't think it would be, but I didn't want to wait till tomorrow. And I wanted to give it to somebody that's actually watching me make it.
Yeah, I've got to go cut all these up and put them in your bowl.
Yes. So if you do win this, please message me. So, because you will be watching, message me with your mailing address, please, so I can get this out to you before. I'd like to get it out before I leave. Next week, I think we're leaving on Thursday-ish. Who knows? I don't even know. I really squished these.
When did you leave for your cruise day? On the 20th, well, 23rd.
The boat leaves on the 23rd.
The boat leaves on the 23rd.
Yeah.
You already have my address. That's what Michelle says. Everybody has your address, Michelle. We posted it.
Michelle Gillette?
No, Michelle.
Oh, Monkey?
Monkey.
Monkey? I love that Texas one you did today. I didn't know you were an artiste, Monkey. Did you see her painting on the board?
I see it.
She's amazing, that one. She can do everything.
She can even make a piece of crap.
Make a piece of crap look nice? Oh yeah, she did. She got to make the piece of crap now. The emoji poo.
She's got to do a tutorial for that now.
Okay, I'm gonna have to fart around with this a little bit more. Yes, that's a word in my vocabulary. And just open these up. They're opening. It's just gonna take a little fussing.
All these names are gonna start looking the same. I'm just gonna start calling everybody Bob.
Bob?
Yeah.
Why Bob?
I don't know, because what about Bob?
What about Bob?
I had to watch it the other day. I love that movie. What about Bob? Baby
Okay.
steps.
Baby steps. There
Baby
we go.
steps.
Okay, so I'll open these. They're not opening the greatest right this second, so I will play around with it in a bit. But you guys got the gist. So if you can, do your outside rows last, so you don't have this problem of squishing like I just did, but you can open them up. Okay, so our rose is done. Isn't it pretty? Very pretty. Fix it. Okay, I'm going to put some green leaves on.
You do these so quick and they turn out so pretty. You've been making these for a long time.
Ah, yes, I have. I have, contrary to other people's beliefs, I have been just not on the U.S. market. Hasn't been seen, well, with us since last year. But I've been making
Now
them for a
everybody's
while.
invented it.
Yeah, everybody's invented them now. Everybody. It's like, okay. That's okay. So I'm cutting these 10 inches. I'm going to just put 2 sets of 2. Now you can do green leaves all the way around if you want. I like just the hint of green on either side. So I'm just going to cut 4 pieces at 10 inches. Put this over here with all my junk.
Oh, Michelle misses our craft workshop.
Can you?
Michelle Slater.
Oh, my Michelle. I got Michelle's all over the place. Okay, so this petal is going to be a little bit different. So I got a 10 by 10 piece. And unlike the other petal where we were doing it like this, we're going to flip it over so the curled side's down. Still going to put it in a triangle or in a diamond. I'm going to tuck this corner in, and I'm going to scrunch this all the way to here. Tuck this one down, and I learned this one from Monkey. And then I'm going to flip it, and there we have some leaves. So you kind of want to make sure that they're the same size, and I'm going to put a clothespin on it. Thank you. Alrighty. Again, turn it. Scrunch it up to the other corner. Flip it. So I just kind of fold it down just to make sure that they're around the right size.
People are ordering me around.
Nobody can order you around except me. Who's
Nobody
ordering
puts
you around?
Davey in the corner.
Nobody puts Davey in a corner.
Michelle Jonette said Dave, pin the website.
Now, I have to say, guys, okay, now we're all over, well, not all over the U.S., but now we're in the U.S. at different distributors. Like I said, if you need to order mesh and ribbons and all that stuff, get your stuff from Craft Outlet or Trendy Tree. Okay, take advantage of that free shipping, and they're much faster. If you just want boards and you need, you want 5 boards, get it from Amazon. It comes the next day, and you're not waiting for us. Now, if you want the tree and the horse and the small board right now, then yes, you have to order from us. But if you're just getting character or flower, save yourself some money and get them from Amazon, Craft Outlet, and Trendy Tree. Okay, so where I'm going to put these
When
8
are you going
leaves.
to be available in store? When are you going to be available in store? If you're in Canada, just order from our site.
If you're in Canada, what? What's the question?
When are you going to be available in stores in Canada?
Oh, in Canada? Who knows? I don't know in Canada. Oh, look, we have an escapee. I'm going to have to put a little bit of glue
Will you be doing
in there.
the ice cream cone?
Yes, I will. I got lots of stuff to do.
When are you guys coming to the other side of the pond?
I don't know.
I want to go just because I've still got family in England, so.
Okay. So Now I'm going to put some leaves on. So I think I might put 2 leaves here and then go directly across and put 2 here. So I'm going to take a zip tie. Now I'm going to use, even though there's a zip tie in there already, I'm going to use this, I call it a shared hole. Okay, so you're going to put a zip tie through, just like that. Now I'm going to do it upside down so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take 2 petals and I'm going to put them into each other, just like that. Okay, now normally I would do I would be putting the leaves in and doing it like this, but I want to show you guys what I'm doing. So the easiest way is to do it from the back side, which means you're going to see the curled leaves coming up, because we want, this is the side we want to see. So we want to see this nice leaves, and the curled part will fold towards the door. Does that make sense? You'll see when I put them in. So I got the 2 and I got it pinched in the center of both. I'm going to take this zip tie and I'm going to zip it around the edge of the board, just like that. Now I'm doing it upside down. I want to make sure these are tucked in the board here.
Haha, easiest is from the back side. Michelle, behave yourself. Michelle done that.
That was funny though. Okay, and that's how you put your leaves on. I'm going to straighten these out. Oh, look how pretty.
Michelle done that. She's a bad girl.
She's a bad girl?
She's
a bad girl. Alright, so I'm going to do directly across. So I'm going to put leaves here. This time I'll do them this way. So I'm going to take a zip tie. I'm going to go through that hole and just leave the zip tie on the table so it's kind of an L shape. Take my leaves that I just made, open one, and then you stick that one in that one. Okay, and our zip tie is going to go right here.
Is that emerald green?
Yes, it is. This is fabric mesh as well. I think it's emerald green. Yeah. It's fabric mesh though. Oh, all right. Now you can see it's going to fray. So this is why I wouldn't use it for a sunflower without some kind of burning or whatever, because it will fray really bad. But for a few leaves, once you take the first layer off, why don't I have like normal scissors here?
I don't know.
So I just want to make sure that's all tucked in and pull, and we're going to cut these off. Oh, I already cut that
Is
one
the
off.
fabric mesh a lot thicker?
It is, but it's very pliable. It's very bendable. It's quite a different feeling than normal deco mesh. If you've not tried it, give it a try. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And it just makes some gorgeous, like, look at this. Now, normal red deco mesh would not make this full and this saturated of color of a flower. Just saying. So this really does give a lot of, you know, good saturation, as it's all about the color. And I think it doesn't fade very fast either. So I will be spraying this though. And what I'm going to do with the center is I kind of just, I take that little center and I give it a little twist and I put some glue in there. Ooh, stop. Now you're not going to want to do this with your fingers, so I just get my needle nose pliers and just kind of give it a little twirl in there, and as long as it's against the hot glue. There we go. Just hold it for a sec. So you see, it's not really that hard, but the normal layperson that doesn't know anything about wreathing will look at this and be just mesmerized trying to figure out how you made this.
What is paper mache, Dave? I don't know.
Paper mache, don't do it. Paper mache is, it frays way more than any deco mesh. I don't know why they invented paper mesh. I have no idea. I don't think it's supposed to be used for wreaths. I don't know. But you have to be careful where you put the mesh because it can't get wet, i.e. it's paper. And it flops, meaning, oh shoot, I just pulled it out. The mesh doesn't stay firm. So over time, so if you're making a sunflower, over time that paper mesh is going to start flopping forward. And I do know that from experience. Okay, now I've glued, I've glued my, just paper mesh now. All right.
Is it paper?
It is, it's made with paper. So, obviously, all right, where's my bee? Should I put a bee on? Yeah, I think I need to put a bee on. So I bought these pick things at Craft Outlet. I'm just going to hot glue bee. Where's the top? So, actually maybe I'll wait to see if the winner wants a bee or not. How cute is the bee? Like, are we talking really cute here, or what do you think, honey? Yes to the bee?
I don't know.
No? Okay, whoever wins the wreath, if you want the bee, you can have the bee on and you can tell me where you want it. Okay, we can bend its wings. It's really cute. So it's not as big, but oh my gosh, that is just so adorable. I'm going to fix the outer petals as well when we finish this, and I can actually just sit and puff them out. But there we go. This is the Unique in the Creek 10-inch rose, 10-inch mesh rose. It is approximately 20 inches in diameter. If you use a 21-inch mesh, you usually get about a 24-inch rose. What?
You don't use the paper mesh with the slider screen.
Yeah, go ahead, make one. I dare ya. Just don't sell it, please.
Trudy.
Good God.
That was a good one.
Oh, I just love, it just blows my mind how people want to save that little penny and refuse to use the boards. So they'll use a splatter frame and buy all kinds of plastic mesh and plastic canvas and not zip ties. It's crazy. It's just crazy. It just blows my mind. But whatever. To each his own, right? All right. We are done. You can bring me up now. Are we loving the rose? Like some hearts for the rose since it's Valentine's Day? Yes, the color fabric mesh is really, well, if you've seen the zinnia was so saturated in color as well, that hot pink. So I'm going to spray this, but I'll spray it outside. Get rid of all my mess. Dave's just cutting names because, like I said, we're doing it old school. Pulling it out of a bowl. And it's not heavy whatsoever. So shipping, oh, I forgot my bee. Shipping is not expensive on these. And you can ship this easily in a 22 by 22 by 6 inch box. No problem. Without squishing. Because we don't all do Texas size, monkey. Come on, can you cut a little faster?
Oh, please.
Okay, I'll read responses here. Oh, you guys are all welcome. Oh, what I'm spraying with. Okay. This is called, now you can use krylon spray. Okay, so if you're going to use a krylon spray on your mesh, the reason we are spraying the mesh is not for water resistance. It is for the color. It's for the UV. So most of the, well, not most of them, some of the krylon sprays, the clear sealant sprays, they do have some UV resistant qualities. So that's why a lot of people use that. But I came across this, and this is actually for outdoor furniture for UV protection, so it doesn't fade, you know, your cushions and everything. And usually this is really expensive. And when I was at Hobby Lobby a couple days ago, it was in the spring section and it was 40% off. So this can was $5.99. So it has come down a lot in price because it used to be about $20 a can. And I just couldn't believe when I read it was like normally only like $10.99.
Newsflash.
What?
Jacqueline's on.
My Jacqueline?
Yes.
Look at Sil. Look how pretty I made. I made it pretty for Valentine's. Anyways, so this is called Sun Guard UV Protectant. I got it at Hobby Lobby, but I think you can buy it at Lowe's and Home Depot as well. And it is for outdoor cushions and furniture or anything that you want not sun faded. So this is perfect. Because if you do use the krylon stuff, make sure you don't get the matte formula or the flat. Make sure you get a gloss, because if you spray the matte on here, your color will be really muted, because it'll be not faded, but it won't be shiny anymore, your mesh. And most deco mesh is shiny. So it will take the shine off your mesh and you will really hate it. So if you can grab some of this, grab a couple cans. Like seriously, I should have went back and got more, because it's clear, it's non-yellowing, it protects against color fading, peeling, cracking, and you can use it on everything. Cement, plastic, wood, polyresin, polypropylene, like it can be used on everything. So mesh is plastic, it's polypropylene.
Does Hobby Lobby carry fabric mesh?
No, Hobby Lobby, no. There's a similar thing that they carry. It looks like, because even I bought the checkered, the buffalo check at Christmas time from Joann's, and it has almost like a fabric-like feel too, but it's not actually technically called fabric mesh. So anyways, if you see this and it's on sale, grab a couple cans, okay? And give it a good spray, and this red rose will stay red for a long time. Alrighty, I think we're getting ready to give it away, and I'm going to sign it too. So, I don't sell my wreaths, almost everybody knows that. So,
yeah, we've got an empty Etsy shop.
Yeah, I have an Etsy shop, it's empty, because I just can't.
Barbara, we're gonna be going to get mail tomorrow.
All right. You have one of my masterpieces. All right, are we ready to pick this? Okay, look. There's your names in there. Can you see your name? He didn't even fold them.
Jeez, we're not trying to cut them. My Lord, I had to write them, cut
joshing
them,
you.
and now you wanna...
Okay. You guys ready? Everybody watching? Okay. Oh, Margaret keeps checking our shop.
For what?
Do you know how many wreaths? I keep bringing them down to the warehouse and hanging them up all over the place. The wreaths I made.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, here we go. Ready? And thank you guys all for watching. And I hope you had a great Valentine's. And thank you for spending it with me. Because I love you guys all. Even though I don't know you all, it was really nice to get to know you with our post the other day. And showing your pictures of your true loves. So thank you for sharing that. Okay.
She's so romantic. She wants true loves and she forgets it's Valentine's Day anyway.
I would have remembered if it wasn't half asleep. Okay, here we go.
Good luck trying to read it.
Oh, Jeannie Landers.
Huh? Is that what it says?
Jeannie Landers. Is that Landers?
I don't know. Probably not.
Is there a Jeannie Landers on here?
Yeah, that looks about right.
Because I can't read Dave's writing. Jeannie. Jeannie. Landers. Landers. Jeannie, you have won this beautiful, unique in the creek rose.
She's still on here because we don't know how to get a hold of her if she's not.
Yeah, I hope you're on here. Oh, the electric scissors I have all my stuff I use on, Tanya's put them nicely on our website. And I buy almost everything from Amazon. So I bought these from Amazon. Almost everything I use is from Amazon.
I don't see a Jeannie commenting.
Jeannie, where are you?
We never thought about this one, or she's not.
No,
on
I
there.
can contact her. Hopefully she'll probably have to get her other mail, but anyways, we'll get a hold of you, Jeannie.
Why are you telling her if she's not on there and you're sitting there? We'll get a hold of you.
Redraw. Listen to Michelle. Oh, it's not Jeannie Drayton. Sorry, Jeannie Darjan. That's not you, baby.
Doesn't matter with Jeannie Darjan. We wouldn't know where to send it to her.
I
anyway.
know, because she's
always
never
somewhere.
in one place.
Yeah, she's always somewhere else.
Michelle, give her 3 minutes. And now. No, it's her wreath. Oh, there's another Jeannie.
Nope.
All right. Well, we'll find her. So if you guys could share this, that would be great. And I hope you learned a little and try and give yourself... you've seen how easy. I know everybody says I make it look easy. It really is easy, people. Do not overthink it. If you overthink it, you will screw up. It's just Murphy's Law, okay? Like, just do what I did. Start sticking them. As long as you're sticking them in the right way and you keep wrapping them around, your rose will form. And like anything, practice makes perfect, okay? So I've been doing roses for a long time, so I do make it look easy. But once you've done one and you've done another one, it keeps getting easier and easier to the point where you could probably do it with your eyes closed, okay? So my biggest thing that I can tell you is just please don't overthink it. If you're getting frustrated, put it to the side and come back to it. That's the nice thing with the tutorials. You can start, stop, rewind, pause, do whatever you want. Don't get frustrated. Crafting is supposed to be fun, okay? If it's not fun anymore, don't do it.
I get what Jeannie does. She's in Texas, but she still lives in Ohio. She just gets out of the cold weather. That's all she does.
So yeah, so if you give it a try, you know, there's no harm. If you can't figure it out, you can use it as a frisbee.
Yeah,
what do you know?
Right, Michelle.
What'd she say?
Michelle Gilnett. Jeannie is my other account, guys.
Michelle, you were having a rose party. Did you not make your roses? Anyways, okay, we will get a hold of Jeannie Landers.
If we can't get a hold of her, then we'll...
Yeah, if we can't get a hold of her and she hasn't responded and I've tried everything to get a hold of her, we'll redraw. We'll keep these names in the bucket. In our bowl. Our Tupperware bowl. Okay, guys. I am going to bed. I'm going to go snuggle with my love. Where's the dogs?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was just going to say that. I knew it. I know it.
And keep in mind, everybody needs a Dave. And, yeah, guys, good night. And have fun. If you're not having fun, don't do it. Walk away. No, because if I get all these messages of people that are frustrated and everything. It's just the best word of advice I can give you is walk away and come back to it, and then with an open mind, and just regroup and just keep going. Don't give up, because if you give up, then you're never going to finish. So, and if you give up, you can't get better. There you go. Okay, guys, we will talk to you. I don't know when. I'll be on live again. Probably sometime this weekend. I have a gazillion things I need to make. Okay.
We'll have another fun night.
A fun night?
Yeah, we have our fun nights.
Are you gonna have a joke? I have to have
jokes.
beer involved.
You have
for
to have
fun
your
nights.
mountains, and I'll have my jokes, and we'll have a good night.
All right, everybody.
Okay,
Good
guys.
night. Love you guys. Bye.